Hello, this is Timothy Val, and I want to talk to you about my recent trip to Project Samuel in Zambia, Africa. While there, I got to visit with Chris and Amanda, Rebecca, all the kids at the orphanage, our workers, and Brendan, and had an awesome time. One of the things we immediately went to work on when I got there was the van. The van is an important part of transportation for the children and useful in getting stuff from town. Recently, the van overheated. As we worked on it, it was like unraveling a rug. When you would pull on one thing, another thing would be discovered. We realized that in the overheating process, it burned out the turbo and messed up the head. So we replaced the turbo, put a new head on it, replaced the pistons, replaced the oil pump, replaced the water pump, and also replaced the alternator. It was a complicated process and we needed help. So we got John, one of the best mechanics in Lusaka, to come help us. I called John the Mitsubishi Whisperer. When he was through, the van was fixed and able to take me to the airport. Recently, we told you about an effort to make Project Samuel self-sustaining by producing eggs. While I was there, we were able to purchase a cage. We assembled it and bought the hens that would go in it. Each cage houses 90 hens, and right now our production is up to 83 eggs per day. We hope to have more of these cages in the future. Right now, with only 2, we are producing enough eggs that we're able to sell them. Brendan loads up the van, and him and Daliso go to the surrounding villages and sell them to the stores that are there. In addition to the hens that produce eggs, we are also growing broiler chicks for meat production. They will feed our children and supply income for the project as well. For 2 long years, we have waited for Zesco to come and install the transformer at Project Samuel. It was an amazing sight to see that truck pull up with a brand new transformer and a big power pole loaded on board. The men from Zesco installed the power pole, stretched the wires across the road, and hooked up the transformer. For the first time, we had power at Project Samuel. After connecting the boxes at our house, we were able to flip on the lights and have power inside for the first time. In the last couple of months, Chris has been working hard on the house that him and Amanda will be staying in. Jackson, our carpenter, and Daliso helped him as they put in the ceiling boards, and began to prepare the house for a mission team that will be arriving in June. Not only did they install the ceiling, but they also put in the doors and began plastering the house both inside and out. Like everything else, plastering is quite a process. They mix it by hand and apply it to the house a little at a time, smoothing out the walls. While there, they finish the walls inside and out, the floors, and the ceilings. Now all that's left to do is to finish the painting, and it'll be ready for our June mission trip. Well, Amanda and Rebecca both have adjusted well to Zambia. They're already jumping in and doing ministry every way they can. They're teaching the children to read, helping them with their math skills, art classes, and even biblical education. One of the exciting things was to see them use the puppet that I brought to them, donated by someone here in the U.S., to educate our children. The children love to read. I took a couple of suitcases of books and started a library there, and each day the children would gather around and would read and draw, and their minds, you could just see them growing and learning. They had never ever put a puzzle together. I took a puzzle, and for the first time, they put a puzzle together. The children love Rebecca, and they love Amanda. While there, I was able to give the mission team a few days of well-deserved rest and relaxation. They took a safari down along the Zambezi River. They rented a boat for the day, traveled along the river, and saw a lot of amazing wildlife, especially with the elephants and the hippos and the crocodiles. You know, we take teams to Africa And I just wanted you to see that we don't always work only at Project Samuel. You know, if you go with us to Zambia, you'll have an opportunity to take a safari and see the same things that you're seeing here. Many of you are wondering about the crops that we planted when Roy Ely traveled to Zambia. Well, even though we got them in the ground late, the crops are doing well. Both the maize and the sunflower have outperformed our expectations. As I speak to you right now, Brendan has already begun the harvesting process. I was exhausted by the time I left, but it was a successful trip. We fixed the van, got the transformer installed, got our houses hooked up to the electrical grid for the first time, and we started our egg production. It was a very good trip after all. The problems with the van proved that we need a second vehicle at Project Samuel. We'd like to purchase a truck like the one that you see here. A truck like this would enable us to use our own vehicle to transport the building materials to the project. A truck like this would only cost us about $18,000, so please be in prayer as we think about how to make this a reality. Well, thanks for listening, and until next time, God bless each and every one of you, and thank you for supporting Project Samuel.